is cornstarch and water. Of course, probably most of you have done this one. Cornstarch and water mixed together. I call it oobleck, you might call it something else. Technically, you've created a suspension, which is also science, a non-Newtonian fluid, oobleck. Call it whatever you need to call it in order to keep doing it. You follow me on that? Some of you were able to say, wow, today we had so much fun playing in the oobleck. Some of you interact with too many wolves on a regular basis. And the wolves are the people who want to know, well, what's your goal and what's your objective and what's your outcome? You're like, my goal is for you to get out of my room. And trust that I can do the job you hired me for crying out loud. If you don't think I can do this job without you hovering over me, why'd you hire me? Ooh, that fires me. Did you know early childhood people were one of the only professions that has to continue our education, like continuing ongoing training hours, but we're constantly being treated like we have no idea what we're doing. It makes me crazy. So, point of the story is if you've got a lot of wolves hanging around, wolf walks into your classroom and says, what are you doing? You do not say, having a lot of fun playing in the oobleck. You said fun, play, and oobleck in one sentence. The wolf is going to be on red alert, red alert! So if you know there's a wolf in front of you, you take a deep breath, you count to 10, and you say, well, today the children are engaged in the creation of a non-Newtonian fluid. Right? What is that? It's wolf speak. It is. It's wolf speak. And on your handout, in the Ooey Gooey handout, I will tell you this. There's an article in the Ooey Gooey section that says a crash course in the language of wolves. Because what I have found is that it's all language, people. Seriously. About 3 years ago, a very dear friend of mine said, he who owns the language owns the debate. All right? So there's a wolf in front of me. I'm not going to say play. I'm going to say explore, right? I'm going to say investigate. Today the children were engaged in the creation of a non-Newtonian fluid. Doesn't that sound fancy? And in your handout, in that article, there's 4 columns of wolf words. I think it's on page 7. 4 columns of words that wolves like. Action, reaction, cause, effect, gravity, investigation, effervescence. It's just language. It's a language issue. Today the children were engaged in an active hands-on investigation of the concept of absorption. What were you doing? We were wiping up the milk.